I'm playing renditions from a house music standpoint, so that's great when you can cross both genres over and kind of get the best of both worlds. And that's kind of what we're trying to do, man. And, you know, like Roy said, create a positive atmosphere for everybody. We want people to go out here and dance and enjoy themselves. And we're real people. I mean, you see, we're regular guys. Like, we come out here, we're having a good time, we're drinking, we got our drinks. The people are having a wonderful time. Roy's here, Steve's here. I couldn't ask for anything else. If you're not here, then guess what? Too doggone bad. You should have been here.
You missed out. You should have been here. But check it out. We'll be around your city soon. I'm Roy Davis Jr. I'm out.
Great stuff. You're out, really out. Okay, no problem. One question for you also. Is there a big difference between house, Chicago house then and now? History.
Well, when we started doing Chicago house, a lot of us were just learning how to be producers. So I think the music has developed quite a bit since, say, 82, 83, 84, you know, when we first started doing our own music. Like he said, it's spread out into so many different genres. I mean, now you got electro, you got trance, you got progressive, you got, I mean, there's just so many different forms. But Chicago house still has continued, and people still are doing soulful house music. Like a lot of us who start out doing more track-oriented music are doing more mature music because we grew up listening to R&B, Shaka Khan, and, you know, records produced by Quincy Jones. So, you know, our tastes in music are like, we love soul music, you know, so if we can put that soul into a beat, and the beat can make you move, but the music can also make you feel something in your spirit, and maybe the lyrics can even make you feel a message like what Roy was saying as well. You know, I think that's where it's developed to the point where it's matured. But I still love doing a jacking track every now and then too, you know, where it's just a drum machine and a bass line or a crazy sound, you know. I don't discriminate, you know.
It felt like it was no market for what was going on because of the elevation of music, and they always ask us in the interviews, like, well, how do you feel about electro? How do you feel about trance and, you know, different offsprings? And I think that that's amazing. I think all of these guys, man, have created a phenomenal niche for themselves. Really good friends of ours, Paul Oakenfold and Van Dyke and Tiesto, and, you know, I mean, like, these are great guys. These are not just great and talented producers / DJs. These are like great guys too, you know, and for them to get the opportunity to expose what they're doing to the world, and for us to feel like, hey, you know, we've actually set a mark and we're staples in a particular sound, and to see someone take and borrow formulas from that particular sound and elevate it, you know, you can't stay stagnant with music, you know what I mean? You can't stay at one particular place. So I think what they did, they brought it to the next level. And what we're here to do is to show that there's still a market for Chicago house music, you know. And I mean, testimony here, you know, we're in, you know, Cooper actually having a good time and playing this amazing festival, and people, you know, they come out in order to hear us play music. So, and this is worldwide. This is not just here. This is London, France, Australia, South Africa. I mean, we're all over the place. And Chicago as a whole, I think what happens, people have to take care of business at home first. And there's been so much division in Chicago DJs and Chicago artists, but now everyone's come back together. And that's what we were trying to do with putting together the Chicago LP, is to fuse the gap, you know, bridge the gap and bring all of these guys together and say, hey, for the sake of our genre, let's get together, let's make an amazing project and kind of leave no stone unturned, you know. And that's what these guys did. They came and, you know, Pierre and the rest of these guys with some amazing, Mike Dunn, right back to that jack sound. Amazing production. And I'm, you know, I was blown away. Ron Carroll, I mean, these guys went completely left, completely obscure to what you would think that they would do. And they're showing their creativity, but they're also showing their versatility and what they're, you know, what they do. They're pretty much saying, look, I'm really good at what I do, and I'm going to show you that I'm good at it, and I can switch the script anytime I want to.
Let the spirit move my soul all the way to South Africa, and feel the love that's in my heart all the way to South Africa. Hear hear the sound of my father's drum. All the way to South Africa. From Soweto to Table Mountain. All the way to South Africa. Everybody sing. Whoa. Can you feel the love of South Africa? One more time, sing. Can you feel the love of South Africa? Young Jasmine, sing.
Let the spirit move my soul.
All the way to South Africa.
And feel the love that's in my heart.
All the way to South Africa.
Hear the sounds of my father's drum.
All the way to South Africa.
And feel the joy that's in the air.
Yeah.
All the way to South Africa.
You guys are gonna stay with the Chicago? You're gonna still make this kind of music?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what?
Well, you know, fortunately, man, we've created a niche, you know, and we're pretty much in our own lane right now, you know, and we feel like as long as we, you know, are the facilitators of the sound that we're pushing the envelope on, we're not caught in the middle like a lot of artists. You know, you have a lot of artists out here who are kind of like caught in between because of a distribution, because of sub ventures, and they don't have any control.
So you have any messages for the people in Slovenia or
Well,
people?
the message we have is just keep house alive. You know, not only
The trendier.
exterior but interior. You know, keep it inside, man, because the music that we're making is beautiful music. It's soulful music. Is live instrumentated, and like I said, when you can get some of these big names like the ones that I mentioned earlier to cross over and say we need a house record. Like right now, look at the way top 40 is. Like the commercial records, your Mary J. Blige Just Fine is pretty much a disco track. Your Neo Come Closer is pretty much a disco track. Rihanna is pretty much these all house records. And these are your top 40 MTV pick of the weeks, you know what I mean? That's in rotation. So they're coming over to our side saying, we need this up-tempo record. You know, Silk, Skip, can you get us this up-tempo record? And it's almost phenomenal because when we were trying to get them the up-tempo record, they didn't want it. But now everybody wants an up-tempo record for their single, which is great. Everything recycles itself, and I think we're just coming back to the time. So, like I said, we appreciate you guys' support, everybody that's watching this now, and we just say keep house alive overall, you know, on behalf of Steve Silk Hurley, myself, DJ Skip, and Roy Davis Jr. That's it. S&S for life. Thank you very much.
DJ Skip, Roy Davis Jr. in Steve Silk Hurley so bili z nami v četrti plati, ki se bliža koncu. Za konec pa smo pripravili samo še komad z istega LP-ja, se pravi Chicago LP, z naslovom Peace Pipe, ki je delo Saline Johnson. Ne? Kaj nam rečemo? Veliko miru, veliko ljubezni. Iz studija 112 vas pozdravljamo Irena, Jan in jaz, Denis.